angle thing is.
That's how you know that this.
Wow, what an age we live in.
That is it, guys. Watching the Buffalo Bills just humiliate the Denver Broncos, 31-7, 2 minutes left in the fourth. Tony Katz, Fingers Malloy. We are Eat, Drink, Smoke, eatdrinksmokeshow.com. And we needed a day to test a whole bunch of new equipment and a new setup and some varying shots that we've been doing for Eat, Drink, Smoke. Of course, eatdrinksmokeshow.com, our cigar and bourbon show, 90 stations across the country, largest radio program of its kind like that. And so it's a Sunday. Fingers is smoking from La Galera, the year of the dragon. I am smoking from Prometheus. It's the 2019 Carlito. And just figured we'd test and hang out. And I didn't know people do this. Fingers was explaining to me. So the TV is just behind you guys. That there are whole channels, Fingers, dedicated to the proposition that they watch the game and people watch them watching the game.
It's unbelievable. There's a guy that I follow. He's a Packers fan called the Packcast with Tom Grossi, and he will sit and he will live stream reaction to a game. And you got to be careful about it because you can't have any of the broadcast feed. You're not supposed to have it in your stream, but he'll sit back and, for example, he'll say, 40 seconds left. The Broncos are down 31-7 to the Buffalo Bills. The Bills have it at the 14-yard line, and Josh Allen is about to take a knee and end this whole thing.
It sounds like that.
Just like that.
You could be a pro. So anyway, the point is people pay to watch that stuff. I am always amazed by that because I'm always amazed by the idea of influencer where people get their entertainment from. That was not the plan here. We're just testing the system. Like, for example, that camera is way too far over for here. This is the studio. So for those of you who've never seen the inside of what I built, this is kind of it here. You talk and I'm gonna move it. So move off this shot.
Well, we're gonna get off that shot and I will talk. So we're just experimenting with some new equipment, as Tony said, and it's really fun for us. And we're almost like kids in a candy store right now with some of the new features that we're going to be bringing to the show as far as a video footprint. We're on YouTube, we're on Rumble, and we're on YouTube. But also, we're on Twitix?
As we speak, we are on the Twitix.
So is that what they call it now?
That's what I call it.
Oh.
Because I certainly can't call it X. X, well, see, I screwed that up.
Oh.
X is fundamentally dumb. X is a ridiculous name.
Well, that's why.
I know Elon's going to be mad at me, but I can't worry about that.
Well, I do hate it when you two fight. Tears me up inside. I just like to call it X. By the way, for those of you keeping score at home, the Bills did end up beating the Denver Broncos. What was it, 31-7?
9-2.
It was a good game for about a quarter and a half. Yeah. And then it was.
But all the games yesterday, they were awful. I mean, the Steelers-Ravens game was awful. But the Chargers-Texans game was an abysmal, boring, pathetic mess of a game. Nothing happened. Justin Herbert played like Bo Nix, and Bo Nix is a rookie. All right. And Bo Nix had a terrible game today. Bo Nix was not good. I believe. See, this is why I should be in the booth. This is absolutely why I should be in the booth, because I can say things like not good. Oh, and the booth guys have been terrible. Just dreadful, awful. I mean, we were watching Tony Romo do this game, and it was like, this is a guy who's given up doing this thing, right? He clearly, that first year, he was serious about it. He was engaged about it. And now it's just like, how much is the check? When do I get it? Thank you. Good night.
It has gotten to the point where I don't know of too many broadcast teams that make people happy. Like, oh, great. So-and-so is calling the game. You may have fans of one of the two people in the on the broadcast team. Say, for instance, listen, I'm a big Mike Tirico fan.
Mikey T.
Yes, he has to broadcast with Chris Collinsworth.
What's the matter with Chris Collinsworth?
Oh, it's too much.
The smile and I can't really do the accent or the impression. Chris Collinsworth seems like the kind of guy who really is excited about this annuity product he wants to sell you.
Annuity. Oh, wow. I thought you were going to go with timeshare. And there you pulled annuity. But
without that clear coat, I don't even know how you find a car. That's him. I may not have the impression, but I have the essence of the man.
I was going to say you have the essence of the man. Indeed. For me, I actually like Troy Aikman, and I wanted to not like him because of the Cowboys. I'm not a big Cowboy guy, but he's teamed with Joe Buck, and Joe Buck is unlistenable. That's why
is Joe Buck? Joe Buck hate reminds me of Nickelback hate. Like no part of it.
I would compare Joe Buck to Nickelback.
No, but that doesn't make any sense. Why is that such a hateful thing?
You know what? It goes back for me to the playoff game between the Packers and the Vikings.
Yes, that playoff game.
Where Randy Moss fake mooned the crowd and Joe Buck darn near had a heart attack. That's a disgusting act by Randy Moss. And I'm grabbing my heart and my pearls and I'm so upset. It just takes himself away.
Chris Collinsworth is way better than your Joe Buck.
I wasn't even trying to sound like Joe Buck. Fair enough. But I don't know. Everybody's got their own thing. What did you think of Tom Brady?
All right, before I answer that question, I want to show you that you can see here, you've got comments. And what you can do now is is this dirty right here? Is this comment dirty? I don't know. You can click, and then the comment shows up, and you can comment on the comment, and then you have to click it again to remove the comment. Tom Brady, of course, former New England Patriot, now part owner of the Las Vegas Raiders. I don't know if they're trying to get Bill Belichick to give up on North Carolina after like 3 hours and come to Las Vegas. Brady's terrible in the booth. Not everybody can do everything. I cannot find the third read, but he can't do the booth. He just can't do it. There's a naturalness that doesn't exist with him. There's a kind of like lackadaisicalness that just simply he doesn't bring. He doesn't have it. So why are we pretending that he does? Why are we pretending that these guys, oh my gosh, played in the NFL, he's the GOAT. Clearly we want to hear from him. No, we don't. We want to be entertained. I'm not mad at the dude.
I find that
Peyton can do it. That whole Manning cast thing works for a reason. Brady can't.
I feel like he's gotten better since the beginning of the season, but I often wonder too if it's just because of all of the promotion that went on and everybody knows how much Brady is getting paid right now. I don't feel like the casual fan, he's not bringing in more fans to watch the NFL. It didn't make any sense to me to throw that kind of money at him, especially when you had Olsen. What's his first name?
Greg Olsen is terrific from the Carolina Panthers.
Yes.
Greg Olsen's terrific. Greg Olsen can do this. I think he's the top of the game there. Greg Olsen, I think, does excellent work. I think he's an absolutely relatable guy. I think that he does X's and O's extremely well. He gives you good insight to the game, and he's not just an overbearing pompous, whatever comes after overbearing and pompous.
Yeah, we can't beat Al Michaels. I'll say this about Al Michaels.
That's the GOAT,
of course.
But the day is done. That retirement's coming soon.
Well, here's the other thing too, that it really has gotten to the point where the NFL is watering down its product too much. There's too much NFL, and it pains me to say this because I love the NFL.
Too much NFL.
The Thursday night games, for the most part, have been horrible.
Were they?
Oh yeah, you've got these teams that they got 4 days.
Is that
rest.
because the Detroit Lions did not play?
Oh, they played
every game.
Well, that is one of the reasons.
You don't know, Fingers is a bandwagon Detroit Lions fan.
Really?
Oh, good.
It's trying to get me fired up. I go back to Rusty Hilger at quarterback. That's how long.
Ye old Rusty Hilger. Yes, Where is he now?
Too soon. Too soon, Tony. Too soon. Having said that, a lot of the Thursday night games are just trash. So Al Michaels is trying to make it interesting. And at some point, you get a sense that he's just like, can we break out the bourbon? It's the third quarter. This game stinks.
If Al Michaels would break out the bourbon, I'd be totally into it. Is that so? So the question before us is, and remember, we weren't here to talk football. I'm more than happy to. What the next game is on what channel?
Fox, I believe.
It is. Okay,
it is
I can do that.
The Green Bay Packers.
I don't need a special app for that, do I?
I don't believe you do. If you're able to get the
I can do it.
The local Fox affiliate here in Central Indiana.
We watch here in the studio. I have a Toshiba 75-inch TV that I bought on sale and bought specifically because the studio allows, we have smoking. We smoke cigars in here. And there's no sense in buying some insane multi-$1,000 OLED when you're just going to ruin it with cigar smoke in 6 to 9 months. It's super freaky to think of a TV as disposable in that way, but that's the way we had to do it. But I will admit, so this is one of those Fire TVs.
Yeah.
Although I don't use any Amazon stuff with I don't use the Alexa and stuff.
Oh, thank God.
Super creepy. What?
You almost made it sound like this was a meth lab. The way you were talking, I don't use any. Well, hey, listen, calm down, everybody. I don't use any of the fire stuff.
Yeah, we only use the finest equipment here. But it is great. So, Fingers has in his garage, he's got the setup with 5 TVs, and he's watching every game all the time. I watch one at a time. There's only so much I can handle. But this wasn't supposed to be about.
Well, you need to monitor the other games. You need to monitor what's going on in the division, Tony. Especially when you're in a division like the NFC North, where every team is good except the Bears. So,
wow.
Well, listen.
Aren't you a jerk?
They lost 9 in a row. Wasn't good.
They also, who's going to be their coach, by the way?
I don't know. I really don't. The word on the street is Ben Johnson's interested. But there's a lot.
Ben Johnson, offensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions.
Yes, thank you. But there is a little bit of hesitation about the front office and ownership, and it's kind of a train wreck for an organization over there in Chicago. So I think he wants some assurances of his role, who he gets to, if he has any input on, who they're going to sign and draft and things like that. So at one point, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Mike McCarthy in Dallas. He's got a negotiating window to.
But I was told that Jerry Jones said no. I think it was to the Bears. You can't speak to him.
Well, in another week or so, he's not going to have any. He has no authority over who Mike McCarthy can talk to in a week, because that's when his contract ends.
You would pick up Mike McCarthy as a coach?
No, but we're talking about the Chicago Bears. So could very well happen. So
this brings us to Fingers Malloy says Detroit style pizza is better than Chicago style pizza.
Well, I think that's
deep
a given.
dish, I should say.
That's a given. You deny it exists.
I know,
completely.
I did deny that Detroit style pizza exists. Then Little Caesar showed me the way, and I was like,
no.
It's clearly true.
No.
You put cheese in the crust. No, well, so almost like on the crust as opposed to in the crust.
You need Buddy's pizza. That's what you need. I mean, that's the only chance. I mean, I guess you could call Jets pizza Detroit style pizza, but Buddy's pizza, I believe they're
Jets
creeping.
is everywhere. Jets is in the Indianapolis area where we are, but I don't know if it's everywhere.
No, it's not everywhere, but I was just in Florida a few weeks ago and they had Jets pizza, and I ordered a Jets pizza.
They have Jets pizza in Florida?
Yeah.
Do they really?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it takes a lot to open a pizza franchise?
I think you need an oven. And a
dream.
No,
I need to franchise, right? Because they're all franchises. I just don't know sometimes. I'm like, you see these groups, these organizations, and I work with some, and it's like they do a solid product, but are people really brand loyal? Do you think they're pizza brand loyal?
Absolutely.
When you order a pizza, when you Fingers Horatio Malloy order a pizza, from whom? Well, give me your top 3. Show me your apps. Show me your pizza history.
I don't order pizza all that often.
But who?
I mean, a lot of times, when you're feeding, I've got a family of 34.
Right.
So a lot of times what I'll do is I'll just grab a Costco pizza on the way home. And by the way, I'm not telling you that Costco pizza is some sort of gourmet pizza. It's just, this will feed the kids up. So you just get the Costco pizza. Yeah, exactly.
Like it's Breaking Bad and it's going on the roof.
Yeah, but a local chain in Indianapolis, Marco's Pizza, Hot Box. I mean,
Marco's is nationwide. Hot Box is nationwide.
I'm just saying locally here the chain's available. Yeah, but those are probably two that I usually go to. What about you? What's
locally? It's Greeks. Love Greeks. I do work with Greeks.
I have Greeks near me.
They came out of Muncie, Ball State, and I dig them as people, and I dig the quality, right? I like what you get. After that, another Muncie product, right? But went major, Papa John's. Like that's the one too for me. Papa John's also came from Ball State, John Schneider, and the rest was history, right? So how do you get from I have a pizza place to I'm Papa John, right? I mean, is it all just luck? What hits at the moment? Because there are franchises of things. I think this one's a franchise that I don't understand. Have you ever been to a crumble cookie?
I just had a couple of friends, mutual friends of ours, talk about crumble cookie, and it was the first I had heard of it because I get my cookies from a gas station.
So, of course you do. So they said, hey, what if we take cookies and we give them the whole cupcake treatment? We just put all this crap on it and we charge $42.95. What do you say? And the people said, we'll wait in line in the cold and the rain. Thank you for giving us this opportunity. We always wanted to spend this much on cookies. Why bake them at home with the kids when we could just wait online? I'm not angry with you, Crumble Cookie. It's actually a solid product. I'm just stunned.
Why do you hate Crumble Cookie so much?
I love
the
Crumble
amount
Cookie.
of anger you're showing right now.
They would be such a good sponsor for what it is we do. I don't even know what this is. But at last count, we have 42 billion people watching.
For those just tuning in, we're testing the equipment. We're watching playoff football. Tony said, you know what? Why are we recording this just to a computer? This content is gold. We should share it with the folks. Tony calls them the folks.
I am smoking from Prometheus. This is the God of Fire, the Carlito 2019. It's actually blown up on me a little bit. It can happen, right? So my humidor, I have a massive humidor. My humidor holds 3,000 cigars.
2 bodies.
It's crazy. It's surreal. It's refrigerated. But with weather changes, I still haven't figured out how to, in the overnight, what temperature I need the studio at to not necessarily have an effect on the box and on the humidor itself, and where I need to keep the humidity and temperature of that in relationship to the studio. So sometimes what will happen is the cigar will blow up, like things will crack and things like that. It's still smokable, still good. Stay calm, relax. But I am having that issue. You just don't want to have that issue with a $35 cigar. And that stinks. And Fingers is doing from La Galera, which I think is an unsung brand. I love their Connecticut's so much. The Year of the Ox, a lot of cigar manufacturers do a cigar with the Chinese New Year. And I thought the Year of the Ox was brilliant. This is the Year of the Dragon that he's smoking. And it's just, I think it's a splendid smoke. So thrilled to be smoking this. And yeah, so we wanted to test because we're doing a lot more with video with Eat Drink Smoke, eatdrinksmokeshow.com. And then as I was saying, that there are people who will be watching a game and then they're talking about the game. And then people watch the people talking about the game. And I'm like, well, I could talk about a game. I could talk about a game days, nights, weekend. I could do that. We should do that.
You think?
I just want to do this. This is as close as I'm going to get to my OnlyFans channel.
So if we do it the way that Tony says that we should do it, like the other folks, what we were saying right now is Erin Andrews is giving an update right now on some of the things that she talked about with coaches, and she's wearing a stylish brown coat.
That's not a coat. That's a parka, my friend.
Oh, wow.
And that's not brown. That's copper.
Copper.
That's copper. How do you not see that? It's like you're not even trying to explain what's
It's
happening.
brown. Copper. Wow. Could you tell by looking at the jacket exactly what brand it is? Was it
that was probably Canadian Goose.
Oh, I was going to go with OnlyFans. No, not OnlyFans.
They don't make only members only.
Members only.
You're going to go members
Trat. Oh.
By the way, Fingers wearing some fine Eat, Drink, Smoke swag on his head right
When
there.
is the store? I have people
I hate
all
you,
the time. They
I
say,
hate your sister.
when is the Eat, Drink, Smoke store
I had
going
to
to be
get
up?
this accomplished before I can work on the store, before I can get everything set up so we could sell all the things. We have the mugs there, although Fingers is rocking the Bucky's mug right now. We've got the tumblers, we've got the shirts, we've got the pullovers, we've got the hats, we've got everything.
See,
can't
now
get to
this
it all.
this from a guy with a yellow hat. See, everybody, it's copper.
That is not yellow, that's orange. If you think Fingers' hat is yellow, you need to adjust the settings on whatever it is you're viewing. Right there. So now you got to click it.
So now, do I bring my own cigars?
Is
Or do I
Lori just
smoke all
inviting
these-
herself? Is that what's happening?
Well,
You'd have to bring cigars for us, and also we have guards.
She wants to know if I'm smoking all your cigars.
Yeah. Well, wait. In fairness, Fingers brought his own. He is not a moocher. And I said, no, try this.
That's true.
Try that. Because he pulled out a La Galera, and I said, no, try this La Galera because I just bought a box. And then I just bought a bunch more. But not La Galeras. I've gotten some other
Now,
stuff.
most people would think that my cigar collection is big. I've only got, and I'm saying only compared to Tony's collection, I've got about 125 cigars in my humidor.
Yeah, but I only have about 400 in there right now.
Only.
I need to stock up. That's what I need.
So
Hey, everybody's got their thing. I don't golf. I do this.
So people also ask me all the time.
Do they ask you?
All the time. They stop me on the street, Tony.
Fingers. They say.
Does Tony buy all of his cigars online? That's what they ask me.
They do not ask you.
They
that.
ask me that all the time.
No one has ever asked you
They
that.
stop me on the street.
That's not true. People are afraid of you on the street.
But we discussed this several occasions on the show. We do our best to shop locally, support the local mom and pop shops, but we also understand we're on 90 stations across the country, and there are a lot of places where you don't, if you could hear us on the radio, you don't have a local mom and pop store by
so
us.
I do buy some stuff online. I try very hard to buy from the local shops in Indianapolis. I do believe in supporting the brick and mortar with everything in me. Sometimes there's an opportunity. Sometimes there's something I've been searching for. Sometimes there's a deal, and I'm just human. I'm just a man trying to love a girl in this crazy mixed up world. Was that not?
It sounded like the beginning of a theme song for an 80s sitcom.
Was that?
Yeah.
That was actually the basis of Small Wonder.
I did see it. Really weird things enter my YouTube feed, and there was a pilot for a show with one of the Gabor sisters, but not the one that would go around slapping cops. What was it Eva Gabor? Yeah, Jaja was the other one. Eva Gabor. Eva Gabor was working in heaven in an office that would help you if you had any kind of conflict. And in a split second, this office in heaven would help you. Her co-stars were Jay Leno and the pilot from Airplane. Was it Robert Hayes?
Robert Hayes.
Yes.
Striker.
And they had a whole theme set up where it was just like what you were describing. There was a 15, 20 seconds.
And wasn't
Robert
God
Hayes.
the janitor? I think that's that show. I think that's what it was. That's a good idea. It's a good idea for a show.
So they were watching what was
It's a
happening
better
on
idea
Earth.
than Small Wonder. She's a robot, but she's our daughter. That's Small Wonder. That's the show.
What's the best TV theme song of all time?
Soap. I didn't even need. I not even hesitation. Soap. Wait, does it have to have lyrics? Because Soap has no lyrics. With lyrics, it's Maud.
Maud is pretty good.
Maud is terrific.
I'm a big fan.
B. Arthur at her sexiest.
I'm a big fan of Hello Larry. Portland is a long way from LA.
McLean Stevenson, after he ruined his career by leaving MASH, starred in a show called Hello Larry. And Fingers is obsessed. He has all the memorabilia, all 3 pieces.
Another television theme that is highly underrated that people don't think of is the Newhart theme.
Newhart theme is good.
It was written by Mancini. I know this.
Was it really written by Henry Mancini?
Mm-hmm. No, Frank Mancini.
Oh, his cousin.
Yeah,
cousin Frank. It's like Frank Stallone. That's what it is. Newhart is good. But Soap, Maud. What else is a good theme song? What about for you? Like, do you do like Family Ties, or you do
Family Ties?
Family Guy.
Family Guy is very good as well. But I think, gosh, the MASH theme was pretty good.
Right, Suicide is Painless. That's the name of that song.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, certainly more recognizable. Right, recognizable theme songs, TV theme songs is different. I'd say MASH. Friends is probably the most recognizable.
Yeah.
Seinfeld.
And before that, Alice.
Dude, Linda Lavin. Dead at the age of how old? 88? 86?
Yes. But oddly enough, Polly Holiday, who played Flo, is still alive.
No. Polly Holiday was 146 then.
Here's what's wild about
Kiss My Grits.
Kiss My Grits is still alive.
God bless you. God bless you, Polly. If you ever want to talk, we're right here. Oh, I'd love to talk to her. You know the person I want to talk to more than anybody in the whole world?
Ruth Buzzy.
Ruth Buzzy. I have been trying to get an interview with comedian Ruth Buzzy for years. I offered to fly her to Indianapolis. First class. I offered to pay her, and she's like, "Listen, I'm older. I don't get around as much. I'm not coming." I'm like, "I'll come to you." I never heard from her again. She's like, "Great, another sex stalker."
I could DM her right now. We follow each other on Facebook.
I would give anything to interview Ruth Buzzy. Are you kidding? Ruth Buzzy was from Laugh-In. She had the purse and she would hit people. We're not that old. We're not. We just know things, right? We've seen TV Land.
We're going to break down in 5 minutes the last episode of The Honeymooners. Stay tuned for that.
Right.
But no, Ruth Buzzy was great.
Tomorrow, a whole Ed Sullivan retrospective.
John, our buddy John says Growing Pains theme. Also, Jim.
Is Growing Pains What We Do, Baby, Without Us?
No, that's
Family Ties. Sha-la-la-la.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Jim, who was criticizing my yellow hat earlier, and then said, "Okay, it is orange," and yes, it is the Eat, Drink, Smoke logo on it. So
yes, right there.
Eat, Drink, Smoke swag.
We
have T-shirts, hats, chafing dishes. What else do we have?
We have a ladle. We have an Eat, Drink, Smoke ladle right here. The boys from Fox making their choices on who's going to win, the Packers or the Eagles. And Jimmy Johnson, 2-time Super Bowl champion, picking the Eagles, while Michael Strahan has chosen the Green Bay Packers. And I'll get to my picks. Howie Long picking the Eagles right there. We move on to Gronk, who is it's 1 for Eagles, it's 2 for Packers. Let's see how Gronk makes this choice right here. We were watching football. That's how this whole thing started. I just moved on right to it. Gronk picking the Eagles as well, and Terry Bradshaw picking luckiest career in television, picking the Green Bay Packers. Fingers, are you the Eagles or are you the Packers?
It's the Eagles.
Yeah, it's the Green Bay Packers who are going to win this. And because the Green Bay Packers are going to have to take on the Detroit Lions and dash their Super Bowl hopes, because it's going to hurt Fingers that much more.
It is always nice when you have friends in your life,
isn't it?
That root for your misery.
Isn't it?
It's absolutely wonderful. No, I would love to see Green Bay win this game, but I think that Philadelphia rested their players. The only thing that's going to be interesting is Jalen Hurts has not played for a month due to a concussion, I believe a hand injury, and he's coming back. Will he be rusty? But the Packers they're missing quite a few players that may make a difference to them. Watson, their wide receivers out. I think it's Alexander. They're starting number 1 corner is out as well. So, hey, you asked for it. Wow. You wanted football talk.
Yeah. Eyes just glazed right over. Is he still going? Is he still on?
Buddy Mark said different strokes. Come on, people.
Oh, that is a good one. That is a fine TV theme song. I just didn't think it was a fine show. I don't think Different Strokes holds. Although I will argue that Conrad Bain has one of the strangest careers, because Conrad Bain, Maude, and then Different Strokes was a spinoff of the Jeffersons.
Yep. And then, of course, he went on to American Gladiators. Who could forget?
He was Nitro. if I remember correctly. He bulked up for the role. Yes, Conrad Bain. And then Different Strokes, of course, had the character Edna Garrett, and that was the spinoff to Facts of Life.
Since we're going to go ahead and alienate everyone under the age of 40 who's watching right now, better TV dad, Conrad Bain or Tom Bosley?
Tom Bosley, Happy Days. Conrad Bain, Different Strokes. The better TV dad was Tom Bosley. Had the tougher job to do was Conrad Bain.
Because, well,
Gary
really?
Coleman was a handful.
That's true, but
and we didn't want to talk about his daughter.
But he also had
poor Dana Plato.
Oh boy, that was a rough ending to that life.
Brutal.
But Conrad Bain, Mr. Drummond.
Yes.
He had.
Philip Drummond.
Huh?
Philip. Was his name Philip Drummond?
I think you're correct.
I think I'm right too.
He had the housekeeper, the wacky housekeeper. What was her name?
Edna Garrett.
Yeah, Mrs. Garrett. Where Tom Bosley, he just had Marion.
Marion was enough.
That was the spinoff.
Do you know how good Marion was? Marion was able to get rid of her oldest son. Chuck. Remember, Happy Days started with a character by the name of Chuck, who was Richie's older brother. And then in season 2, you didn't hear from him no more. That was all Marion. That was all Marion Cunningham. You don't want to know what happened. You don't want to know.
Well, they're about ready to kick off, and you know, going back to broadcast teams, there's Tom Brady.
There's Tom Brady. And is that Harlan? Who's the other
No, that's
guy?
not Kevin Harlan. Tom Brady's broadcast partner, as we all know, is a Nitro from American Gladiators.
Conrad Bain has not aged a day. Isn't
that terrible? I don't know who he is.
The only thing I like right now about Tom Brady is that his suit has a peak lapel, which is a look I very, very much like, as opposed to the standard notch you see there on the other. And by the way, Erin Andrews is not wearing a copper parka. She is wearing a full copper jumpsuit. That's what she's wearing right there. That is a fashion statement and a half.
With a utility belt.
Right. She is actually the third Wonder Twin.
Wow.
Form of sideline reporter.
Can you believe this content's free?
It's free? Oh, so here's another thing. So the people who do this stuff, and they're doing the games, right? And they're talking about the games. Fingers has been trying to explain to me the concept of the super chat on YouTube. If you're on YouTube right now and you're watching on YouTube, say hello. Give us a comment so we know that you're watching. Can you explain?
It's wild.
The mathematics of what a super chat is.
So what a super chat does, it's for folks that are in the chat room who want to see their comment, and they also want to support their favorite content creators. So they can go in and basically send you a tip if your account is eligible. And you have to meet certain criteria. And
I've met all the criteria. Yeah. There's not a criteria I haven't met.
And so during the course of the game, say there's a break in the action, lines are up 31-4. The person will go down to 4.
Two safeties.
So they'll go to the chat room and they'll do what we just did. Hey, different strokes. Come on, people. And then it'll be he'll see something will flash at the top where somebody sends them over the YouTube platform a $10, $5, $2 super chat. And he'll say, thanks for the super chat, Stan. Yes, the hat is orange. That kind of thing. And you could see the super chats racking in. And so some of these guys, my goodness, he's doing a 4-hour broadcast. He does a little pregame, then he does the wrap up, and it's just super chat, super chat, super chat, super chat, dozens of dollars, Tony.
Aren't I supposed to be embarrassed if I do that? If I'm not supposed to be embarrassed if I say to people, hey, send us a comment and pay me for it.
Well, you don't solicit it, but you thank people who send you the super chat. But this is, you've got your morning show, your midday show, syndicated, got syndicated Eat, Drink, Smoke. Some of these people, their business model is just completely wrapped around their YouTube channel, and that's how they
are they right and I'm wrong? Don't get me wrong, I'm not going anywhere. Everything is moving well career-wise, but I often think about it, like why not just move it all online and build there? It's except for the fact that it's outrageously difficult. It's an outrageously difficult thing to do. The stuff does not happen overnight. It doesn't happen in a vacuum.
Well,
right now I'm looking at YouTube. The total amount of people watching on YouTube, 2. Everything. Oh, look at my hair, by the way. Look at that thing just flying out right there. Everything is for me, Twitter and Facebook and other places.
Yeah, I can see total number of viewers, and it's a heck of a lot more.
Yeah, I know. It's much bigger. But it's super weird that just doesn't work like that. By the way, I didn't realize that Mark Davis was Mark Davis. Mark, good to see you. And yes, theme songs. Welcome back, Cotter. Not Carter, Cotter. Kotter. Welcome back.
Did he just say welcome back, Carter?
He said welcome back, Carter. He wrote welcome back, Carter. I'm ashamed to know him. I just, people are always like, why don't you do more? Why don't you stream more? Why don't you? I just don't think it's that easy. Everybody can do this. If you take a look at our setup, right here, right, we're a 3-camera shoot. We have some lighting, the soundboard, the microphones. This whole thing is done for less than $3,000.
And you can do it for a lot less than that.
And you can. So the point is, since everybody can do it, how does one rise above? How does one turn that corner? And I'm telling you right now, everybody claims to be a genius. Screw it. I ain't a genius. I have no clue. I have no clue how to turn that corner.
I can tell you what's difficult about it is, I used to do podcast seminars, teach people how to put a podcast
right also
together.
When you were telling people how to quit smoking and you were the opening act for Tony Robbins.
That's so true. Having said that, one of the first questions that someone would ask me is, what equipment do I need? And they're naming all this expensive equipment. And I said, just get yourself a headset, because there's a good possibility in 3 months you're going to quit and it'll be in the garage sale. Because if you are launching a podcast, if you're doing a video channel, whether it's on YouTube, Rumble, or whatever, unless you do something that hits in a viral way quickly, it's a slow, steady process of building a channel, and you have to be consistent with content. And what happens is people put a lot of time and effort launching a podcast, launching a video channel, and then after 2 months, they look and they see, I've got 7 people watching, I've got 3 people listening to the podcast, and they stop. So you're trying to get your content through a very, very crowded platform, but a lot of the people that have put stuff on there aren't active because they give up after 2 months.
Which is, now that's true. That's very true. And giving up is not part of the plan. It's just for everything Eat, Drink, Smoke has done, our cigar and bourbon show. So we're on 5 years. We never really did any video work. It was focused on podcast just as escapism from the other stuff that we do. And then, it got picked up radio wise and syndicated, and we focused on that. And now it's like, okay, let's bring the video work. And part of the other problem is it's cigars and it's bourbon, and a lot of social media really vehemently opposed to those things, which is kind of awful. It's a huge problem. So as a matter of just topic, it doesn't necessarily lend itself to the monetization. But I mean, you want to monetize, but I also want to. I just want people to see it. I want people to enjoy it. I want people to be a part of what it is we're doing and building. That's all.
Guys, you would be shocked at how tricky it is to get your content out there in a way for a lot of people to see it when it has some sort of association with tobacco, because they treat, unfortunately, whether it's Google or it's what the FDA wants to do, they put everything under one umbrella. It doesn't matter if it's a fine $30-$40 cigar. They're going to treat it exactly like if you're smoking Marlboro Reds, and it's really challenging to get something out there without someone trying to throttle everything down.
Yeah, it's a killer. But anyway, this game is about to start. It's the Green Bay Packers versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Fingers Malloy says Eagles. I say Packers. So I want to try it. I want to do it. Give me the wide shot. I want to try it and do this as it is. These people do it on video. They go out there and they're like, all right, we're here for the Eagles and the Packers, everybody. Tony Katz and Fingers Malloy. We're getting ready for kickoffs. It's the Eagles who'll be sending it down Green Bay way. Like I'm trying
Green Bay way?
Green Bay way.
Weather shouldn't be a factor in today's game. Kickoff temperature 38 degrees, only a slight westerly wind at 6 miles per hour.
I want to say for the record, 38 degrees is a problem. And everybody's waving towels. I thought that was a Pittsburgh thing. I thought terrible towels.
But what's unfortunate is they're white towels. That means, are they surrendering, Tony?
Yes. It turns out the entire audience at today's game is from France. Green Bay running back the kickoff. Oh, and he got punched in the face at the 28. A fumble from Green Bay on the run back.
That's not how you want to start a football game.
That is not how you want to start anything.
And it looks like Philadelphia has the ball.
We're going to see. They're pulling the pile. Philly feels good. It is a Philadelphia ball. It is a fumble of the kickoff return. Philadelphia football. The refs are still in there trying to break it up. And that was helmet to helmet right there.
Whoa.
That was helmet.
It looked like he recovered it.
He didn't recover it. Nixon.
Are you sure?
Boom, helmet to helmet.
Watch. It looks like he gets his arms around the ball, and then it got stolen from. Yeah, they may give that back to Green Bay.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. Oh, this is interesting.
Seconds in, and we have controversy. Why have we been doing this years ago? Oh, my goodness gracious.
Burks on the hit there.
Fingers, how many super chats do we have?
We have 0 super chats.
Oh.
How are they not reviewing this?
I think they are right now.
I don't see how you can say that Green Bay didn't recover that ball. He's got it.
He does have it. He clearly has it.
And then he got it ripped away from him in the pile.
Oh, they're still
talking.
No, they're talking.
They're having a fireside chat. And here's what stinks about NFL officiating.
You FDR'd the thing. Bravo.
Here's what stinks about NFL officiating in the playoffs is they use all-star crews. So they don't have a crew that's been working together all year. They bring in that line judge over there. He's fantastic. That umpire is wonderful. And then they put an all-star crew that's never worked together before. So, yeah, he's got that ball.
By the way, the helmet to helmet, Nixon from Green Bay was ducking down as he was running, as he was putting his head down to move forward. And so that was just, I think, incidental more than it was any level of targeting.
Oh, they're not
from the defense.
On,
everything's targeting.
On a kick return.
It's all ball bearings these days.
On a kick return, they're not going to call that.
I don't know, man. He's going full speed too. And plunk. Oh, kerplunk right in his head. By the way, if you want, you can watch the game and then turn down the volume and just turn us up. That's it. I don't know if I could. Can I actually do this? Could we do this for 3 hours? Do you think we have the strength?
Do you have bourbon?
Do I have bourbon? Do you want some?
No.
What do you mean no? Why don't you want any bourbon? We have beer. We have Puppy Slumber Party. It's like a peanut butter stout. It's very good.
Peanut butter. See, I'm not a big peanut butter stout guy.
This is outstanding. You want some Puppy Slumber Party?
No, thank you.
Okay.
I'll wait for the movie. So
Do you need any more snack? By the way, if you're noticing our snack collection, just so you know, this is not for set. I have this in the studio all the time. I have that. I have some mixed nuts and chocolates. Chocolate is very good with cigars. Helps you really kind of understand some flavors.
I cannot believe that they upheld that call.
Yeah,
that
they
is
gave it to Philadelphia.
Crazy. Chuck says, as a Bears fan, I'll root for anybody playing Green Bay.
Well, Chuck, you're about to be disappointed. And Saquon is still running, first down and more, 2 spin moves, downed at the 13. Saquon Barkley, his 2,000-yard season continues in the playoffs, running through tackles.
This is not the kind of start that Green Bay hoped for.
Is
2 plays in, they get the ball on the kickoff, they fumble it, give it to the Eagles, and then the Eagles break off a 13-yard run.
How did we default to I'm doing the play-by-play and you're the color guy? How did that?
Because you just took the
Jalen
bull by the
Hurts
horns.
Under center. Story of my life. Okay, tight end in motion right there, going from right to left. Saquon with the ball, staggered and stuffed at the line of scrimmage. 2 very large Green Bay players bring him down.
Gilbert Brown on the tackle.
How have we not been doing this our entire lives? This is it. Oh, screw politics. Smoke cigars. Do this. We'll do it with football. We'll do it with field hockey. Oh, this is awesome.
Pickleball.
We are at 2nd and 9. Jalen in the shotgun, dropping back. Saquon out to the right in the flat. Jalen is still thinking. There is no rush. He throws and touchdown. Touchdown over the middle. Clearly, Green Bay unable to think about how they could cover somebody for more than 3 seconds. Jahan Dotson with the touchdown.
That pass rush.
By the way, is it Jahan? Did I pronounce his name right?
Sure.
Okay.
I believe that pass rush is actually by design. They don't want Hurts to break the pocket, so they slowly collapse the pocket. But at some point, you got to put a hand on him, and he's just sitting there. He's dancing.
Oh,
he's
you
patting
think
football.
that rush is meant to not let him run for it?
Yeah, because the defensive ends are collapsing the tackle. They're collapsing the pocket, but they don't want to run past and create a rush lane for Hurts to squirt out and then run for 15 yards.
And the other side of that is if you get extra point is good right down the middle of the uprights. If you give a guy time, no coverage is going to be able to handle a receiver for that long. It's an unfair thing to do. But I think you're right. Going back to that kickoff, this should have been Green Bay's.
Yeah, Green Bay gets screwed right away.
That is the curse.
The longest minute and a half in NFL history, the Eagles take a 7-0 lead over Green Bay with 13:21 left in the first quarter.
And while we are in a commercial break, don't forget to send those super chats. Like, this is it, right?
Yeah, this is all.
Oh, we could do this all day.
But keep in mind,
God,
so,
this is now how I want to spend my life. Why am I doing? The radio's over. Just put in my notice.
A shout out to Tom Grossi over at the Packcast.
Oh, you have shown the way, sir. We were just testing equipment. Now we're all in. Look what you've done. What you've done.
But the thing is, that's a heck of a commitment. He does every Packer game. He does a live stream. He does every Monday Night Football, every Sunday Night Football, every Thursday Night Football, all the playoff games. He's sitting at his desk doing this.
I do 2 shows a day, 5 days a week, then eat, drink, smoke, then the other video content. I think I can handle it.
You do take days off.
I what?
You take days off.
That's not true. Turns out he takes off Tuesday and Wednesday and Friday. Sometimes Saturdays.
No, it's going to get to the point that I believe the NFL played a game every day of the week this season except for Tuesday. Which is crazy.
Do you think the Vikings Rams game got moved to Arizona because of the wildfires? And so it's going to be played there in Glendale. Was at State Farm Stadium? The same State Farm. Was State Farm amongst the insurance companies canceling fire insurance for people in California? Hope everybody is okay in California. California is not okay. California is absolutely not okay. And no, it's not climate change, people. That's not the story. The issue is not how the fires started. That's still an unknown. The issue is how you fight the fires. And Los Angeles was completely unprepared. California was unprepared, beyond caught flat-footed. The mayor of Los Angeles, Karen Bass, was not in the country. The deputy mayor had already resigned because the deputy mayor was involved in some kind of, was it like a blackmail scheme or something like that? It was surreal. And nobody was able to declare an emergency citywide. No one was able to go to the federal government to get help and elicit funds for this. So they were already hours into that Palisades fire. And at that moment, it was already too late. This thing is now at 21,000 acres and counting. Don't have a climate change conversation with us. We're not listening to that silliness.
Football's about ready to hit. We're going to get the kickoff here. Mark, our buddy, says that we're actually about 20 seconds ahead of the broadcast for him, so it's a little bit of a problem.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah,
so sorry about that.
Green Bay is returning the kick. We're hoping they're not going to fumble this time.
We have special access here, and he's been brought down. A flag. Nixon from Green Bay returning that kick down at the 22. A flag on the play. I believe they're going to call hurt feelings on Philadelphia. They call everything in the NFL.
My guessing is an illegal block in the back, but if you want to go with hurt feelings, we'll go with hurt feelings.
That's it. Why is the shot just on me?
Oh, I got so focused on the game. You went on. It's holding
against Green Bay.
According to Brad
Allen.
Allen,
is going to come back 10 yards.
Brad Allen also
there
with a utility belt on.
Oh, is that the ref? Oh, Brad Allen. As we know, Brad Allen does some of the finest work in the NFL. Yeah, right there. I'm going to adjust my camera.
You're going to adjust the camera. I'm going to go over here and do a shot of just me. And okay, so that penalty backed the Packers up. It looks like they're inside their 10. Jordan Love is in the huddle. It's calling the play. They're breaking huddle, ladies and gentlemen, as Tony gets back to his broadcast position. They're on the 12-yard line.
Green Bay has the ball. Or no, I'm back. I'm back right there. Green Bay has the ball. Jordan Love is in the shotgun.
I can't believe we're doing this.
Right. I love every minute of what's happening here. He's dropping back to throw. And it's, almost intercepted. He is going to live with the pain of that for the rest of his days. His grandchildren are going to be embarrassed to know him. That was just a floating pass. It just over the head of number 13 in Green Bay. And then
C.J. Gardner-Johnson with the chance for the interception, which would have just continued this really horrible start for Green Bay. So it's 2nd and 10 from their own 12-yard line. We're not even 2 minutes into this game.
Good. We're back second and 10 right now, 13:08 on the clock. Jordan Love still in the shotgun, a handoff right there. And Jacobs gets absolutely nothing, 2 yards on that run right there. I call that absolutely nothing. If you're not getting 3 yards, you might as well not even be in the NFL. That's
somebody had to say it. Somebody had to say it. And I think one of the main reasons why he only got 2 yards on that carry is his shirt's untucked.
Do you think that matters?
No.
Do you find that to be that's messy? You shouldn't do that in the NFL.
Vince Lombardi wouldn't let that nonsense go on.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Vince Lombardi would not, but he is not here anymore. Jordan Love in the shotgun. They are at 3rd and 8 from the 14-yard line. He drops back and the pocket collapsing all around him. Jordan on the run, scrambling to his left, and he threw that ball to the fans in the stands. Incomplete. That was ugly.
You know, it's funny. Everyone was complaining about the game quality of the college football playoff, the first couple of rounds. If this continues, the first round of the playoffs for the NFL so far has been a complete stink fest.
It's been ugly. It has been ugly. But the last couple games in the college football championship, you'll have Notre Dame and Ohio State playing for that championship. Those games were fantastic.
So you brought up an interesting point as Green Bay gets ready to punt. Their punter's actually standing on their own goal line.
Whalen with the punt. Deep, nice punt being fair caught. Oh, wait, was that fair caught? At the 33, it was not.
Wow.
It was not a fair catch. Tackled immediately by Green Bay. So Philly will start at their own 35.
No, but you mentioned the Rams-Vikings game has been moved to Glendale, Arizona, and I noticed some people on social media, which is where I like to turn to make myself feel better, social media. They were talking on specifically about that game, and they said that there are a lot of snowbirds who travel from Minnesota down to Arizona. There may be a little bit more of a Vikings fan presence in Arizona than maybe LA. And of course, with everything that's going on with the fires, there are going to be certain people who can get out and it's a nice escape, right? Yep. But it'll be interesting to see how many fans are at that game and what the breakdown is. Rams fans versus Viking fans. There are Rams fans, I'm told.
Well, if you're in Arizona, you're just happy to see playoff football happening in your state.
Wow.
That's oh, wait a second.
Wow.
I wish they had come to Indianapolis because we would have been the best hosts we usually are. Indy does sports brilliantly. And the stadium would have been full, absolutely filled, and everybody would have cheered every play. Would have lost their minds.
It would have been too much of an advantage for Minnesota if you would have moved it all the way across the country.
Absolutely. They moved it as close as possible, but they didn't keep it in California. They didn't move it up to San Francisco.
That's interesting.
Yeah. And I'm not sure why.
Well, if you map it, and it may be because of the fires for southern people south of the fires, easier to get to Glendale. It's about a 5.5 hour drive, at least according to the time that I looked at Google Maps from Los Angeles to Glendale as it was. It's about the same drive, maybe a little bit more for San Francisco. But of course, maybe San Francisco, they've got a commitment at the stadium. I doubt it, but they're a division rival. Maybe they didn't offer the stadium up. I don't know, but
you think it goes they're in the same division?
I'm just throwing out.
That's not a dumb idea, though.
But I think
I'm assuming it's geography. I'm assuming they said, what's the closest best option and opportunity for people to arrive, and heading east out of California, which is the only way out of California, unless
you got a boat.
I did the math all by myself. It is easier. The Packers, the Eagles, Lincoln Financial Field, everybody, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, home of the Liberty Bell, the cheesesteak, and of course, a couple of dead bodies. Philadelphia.
Wow.
They have had an opening drive touchdown in 3 of their last 4 games. They had the opening drive touchdown here, the fumble on the kickoff by Green Bay. Philly starts their 35-yard line. Jalen Hurts in the shotgun, motion from number 6 right to left, hand off to Saquon Barkley, waiting for the opportunity to open. Doesn't so much necessarily. 2 yards, 2nd and 8 going on for Philadelphia.
Well, this is an important drive for the Packers. You can't let Philadelphia drive down and then score another touchdown. You're not 14-0 in the first quarter.
You can handle it. They are in the hurry up. They're quickly back to an offensive set in the shotgun. Jalen Hurts, fake handoff to Saquon Barkley, throwing that ball. I don't think that's complete. They're saying yes to A.J. Brown, number 11, there for, I think, the first down. 1st and 10 for Philadelphia. That seemed very, very. Oh, they ran the play. Philadelphia quickly running the play with a handoff to Saquon Barkley. I keep saying Barley, just to make sure that play doesn't get reviewed. 2 yards. They're now 2nd and 8 as they approach the 50-yard line.
Pete, I agree with you. You put fumble in air quotes. It was a fumble, but I think the Packers recovered it.
Yeah, I'm not saying no, man. I am not saying no at all. I wholeheartedly.
I'm smoking this damn cigar way too fast. I can tell you that right now. I'm going to put it down.
Time.
Put it down.
Only in the first quarter. Saquon Barkley with 21 yards so far. Jalen Hurts 2 for 2, 21 yards and a touchdown already in the shotgun. Again with the shotgun. The pocket's starting to collapse. The catch right there from a name I cannot pronounce.
Calcutta.
That is not his name.
That's not Calcutta? I thought that was his name.
That is not his name.
No. Oh.
Number 81.
Jimmy Calcutta.
Calcaterra. You know, we should actually learn how to pronounce these names. We're going to do this.
Why?
If we're going to do this,
why?
We're going to have to study the sheets. We're going to need some producers.
Have you ever been in a booth while you do an NFL game?
It's a surreal experience. Our mutual friend was a longtime football radio producer before he passed away. And it's a symphony how they do that. again with the shotgun, the quick screen pass to Saquon Barkley, but stopped before the line of scrimmage. Green Bay finally having something that they can cheer about. Bullard, with the stop. 4th down, out comes the vaunted punting unit of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Can't believe we're doing this.
Tell me I'm not natural at this.
You are a seasoned pro.
What? I think I'm doing pretty good.
I think you're doing a pretty good job.
I think I clearly have got the wrong career right here. A lot of talking. Man, I always figured there'd be more breaks. But there are not. Man is back to punt. He has sent this ball booming and into the end zone. It goes. A touchback. We'll see that. What is that, the 35-yard line? Is that where they start these things?
20. Where's cranked up?
Nope.
Oh, it's in that stream.
It's all right, don't end.
We're not ending it, ladies and gentlemen. I think this is going on the screen right now.
Yeah, there's.
Oh, there we are. We're back, ladies and gentlemen. Beats the heck out of me what happened there. So you're seeing a little behind the scenes footage of what goes on here during our live streams. We've done several football live streams. This is our second.
It's our first.
Well, we were gonna count that too. We didn't actually break the stream, right?
No.
So
No, the stream continues.
So what is your theory as to what happened?
I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure you broke something.
I broke something. I can see that. So there's a commercial break right now. We're going to get that off of the screen. So they're going to be able to see it anyway. It doesn't matter. What does it matter? It just doesn't matter.
Just doesn't matter.
Technical expertise. You're exactly right, Pete.
Now the question is, as I do this, is it charging? Yeah, it's charging. That says charging. Is it? No.
Yes.
Is it charging? Right there?
Yes. There's a little lightning bolt. So this is battery run, eh? Wow. What an age we live in. It's all Duracell nowadays.
There's a battery in there. So
it's got a little lightning bolt. I will watch that, but
we can plug it in next time. We just let it go.
Let's see if it maintains at 19% while it's drawing off that battery.
That sounds good.
Packers have the ball 1st and 10. Jordan Love in shotgun. He's got it back to his left.
Everybody's in shotgun, boo-boo.
Jacobs comes into motion behind him. Handoff to Jacobs. Right side, once again, stopped by that Philadelphia Eagles defense. Gain of 2
That's
on the play.
That's a vaunted Philadelphia Eagles defense, Fingers. I'm glad you brought
They
that
are,
up.
I believe they're top 5 in the league. They've got a really strong offense or defensive line led by Jalen Carter, defensive tackle. He got the Pro Bowl this year in his 2nd year. So they're
Zach Bond and his linebacker, another Pro Bowl choice right there. The Pro Bowl, by the way, sucks. It used to be a game.
Yeah.
Now it's just whatever it is. Now it's like 2-hand touch. Let's take it to the Mannings to say something funny because you can't get enough Peyton now, can you? You can never have too much Peyton Manning. That's what the people tell me. That's what they say. They say more Peyton.
That's what they say. Down to 18% on your battery.
Top 5. Wait, who's this with the top 5D?
Top 5D. That's Sarah.
Sarah, look what we could do, Sarah. Look, show her all the options.
Oh,
show her
Sarah,
all,
watch.
show her all the options
Watch
right
this.
here.
Oh, there's Tony right there.
Hello, Sarah.
All by himself. And that's me. And we got that shot right there.
I'll show her the 2-shot.
We don't have that anymore.
You don't have that anymore? You want me to put it back?
Ah.
All right. We can also do a 2-shot. Pretty fancy. Pretty fancy, Sarah. Right there. You can take her off there right now.
Oh, wow. Get back to eat, drink, smoke.
Just like that. And it's Jordan Love in the shotgun again. Snap to him. Quick pass to Dobbs right there. That is a 7-yard gain. 3rd down and 3 for Green Bay. First completion for Jordan Love. He's 1 of 3 for 7 yards.
Double audio on solo shots.
Really?
Yeah, I had an echo going on for a moment. Something must have switched around when we had our little, because nobody said anything about it until our box crashed. So 3rd and 2.
What would cause double? Oh, because the cameras are taking audio. I just got to turn that off. We can do that.
Love with the pass. Quick out. About 15 yards, it looks like, for a first down to Kraft. And now, Tony, the Packers are moving the ball. They're moving the ball is what they're doing. They've settled down a little bit. This is what we wanted to see. I just, honestly, I don't really have a dog in this fight. I just want a good game.
No, you want Green Bay to lose because they're the NFC North, and as a Lions fan, you hate them.
I don't care.
Jordan Love in the shotgun again. 2 receivers to the bottom of your screen. 1 to the top. You've got some movement from one of those receivers on the right-hand side. Handoff to Jacobs, and he gets himself, I believe, 4 yards on that carry. We call that in the game smash mouth football. Fingers Malloy.
Is that what we call it?
I have no idea. I don't have the slightest clue.
They've been talking about this $10,000 cash that they keep giving away on Fox, and yet I never see anybody at the end of the game them panning to someone carrying 2 suitcases full of loot off the camera.
Loot,
cash, green.
Oh, Jordan Love finally under center right there. Jacobs behind the pitch to Jacobs. Oh, breaks a tackle. Picks up 2 very, very, maybe 3 very hard-fought yards because of a ref who clearly is paid to give that extra yard to him.
Well, he was actually on top of a defender. His knee did not.
I don't think I could say that.
Why?
Well, I think the NFL may say, hey, maybe you guys shouldn't do this. Maybe. Like, are we violating rules right now?
Since we're commenting on the game, it's a gray area.
Because lots of other people do it.
Yes.
So that's a question. So we've seen some crazy things. Jordan Love in the shotgun. You're talking about 3rd and 3 right now. Pocket collapsing. And down goes Jordan Love. What a sack going on by Smith. Number 3 for Philadelphia. That was brutal. Ending the momentum, ending the drive. Punt coming up by Green Bay. That was quick. He was in there.
He's got to at that point get rid of the ball and not take that loss. Now you've got to, it's a little more difficult to pin them back in their own territory. If you'd have been bored by the 40, you could have maybe gotten them inside the 10-yard line. This just makes it a little bit more difficult.
Coming right there. It is off the foot. It is down the field and picked up by the 18-yard line. A run back to the 30 by Philadelphia. That's where they will start on this wild card weekend. No one's having more fun than me. How's the percentage? Is the battery working?
No, down to 17%.
Huh.
It's a drain.
All right, let me see what I can do there. Let me see how I can fix such a thing. No, I'm gonna do that while you entertain people.
It doesn't have a power cord. Do you have an extension cord?
I do. Why don't you just settle down? I'll get it done.
Listen, I'm just trying to be helpful. I'm trying to help Mr. Fix-It back there, who is now working with the cameras, which of course is important. But we don't need that echo happening again. Now, the question is, why would the cameras
cameras have microphones, and so it was sending sound through. And so
Well, I get that, but why would the camera settings change? Wouldn't it have been the settings in the box somehow changed?
Great question, to which I don't have an answer. Maybe it was temporary.
It could be.
You just keep chatting.
Well, this isn't radio. One of the things, like our friend Tom Grossi that I just mentioned earlier that does the Packcast, he runs off camera to use the bath. Here's our pal.
We've never met
our
the man.
no.
Sure he's a nice guy.
Oh, please.
Oh, come on.
Thank for those of you who take me seriously. He's not our pal, but he'll run off and use the bathroom, and you'll just see a blank canvas. That's what he keeps the camera on his set, so there's nothing wrong with a little dead air. So for those that who just stumbled across what we're doing here, Eat, Drink, Smoke is going to start doing a lot more video. We already have a footprint on YouTube and Rumble. We really want to start stepping up our video content. And so Tony said, listen, I got a lot of cigars at the house. Why don't we go ahead and test some of this new equipment that I have? And I said, well, there are football games on. And he said, well, let's go ahead and do the little football thing that you've seen on YouTube where guys will live stream while they're watching a football game. So we're doing that. We're also, the main reason why we're doing it is to test this equipment, because we're really excited about what we're going to be. Yeah. So we're really excited about some of the things we're going to be bringing to you on YouTube and Rumble. And of course, all that stuff you can also find on our website, eatdrinksmokeshow.com. The game is back. 5:19 left in the first quarter. The Eagles have the ball on their own 30-yard line. Hurts is in shotgun. He's got Barkley to his left. Barkley sweeps to the left. Big gain. Barkley's on his way. 15-yard gain. Finally tackled by Clay Walker. Just short of midfield. Yeah, now you're not getting anything.
That's weird.
So we may not make it through the whole game, ladies and gentlemen. Well, why would it be doing that? Why would it be charging on the battery? There it goes. Do you need a
Find it. We'll figure it out.
Okay, it's 1st and 10. Hurts keeps the ball. He's rolling to his right.
Back, running, first down and more.
Slides to the Packer 35-yard line, and that's going to be difficult to stop. What you found during the Ravens game is when you have a mobile quarterback during the season, they may not run as much, but when you have everything on the line in the playoffs, you may see Hurts and a lot of these mobile quarterbacks run a lot more than they did during the regular season, and that's really hard to stop. So now it's 1st and 10. Eagles on the Green Bay 36-yard line. 38-yard line, Tony.
He's still in the shotgun. Everybody in the shotgun. Only Jordan Love once under center. Saquon Barkley to his right. The handoff to Barkley as he runs to his left. A diving, weaving, bobbing, maneuvering, gets 3 yards on the run. Right there. So now do me a favor. Check out one shot there and see if we get the echo. We'll just check right there. Is this echoing right now, everybody? Just let us know if this sound is echoing. How about you for you, Fingers?
Well, we're going to go ahead and we'll go to my shot too and see if we have an echo. Please let us know and we'll go back to the wide shot.
Yeah, thank you very much. Appreciate that quite a bit. Where's my cigar? Right here. I'm doing from Prometheus, the God of Fire, Carlito 2019. That's Jalen Hurts from the shotgun. Quick pass to the tight end right there. Number 88.
Calcutta, I believe.
Gobert.
Oh.
I don't think he pronounces it Gobert. I'm going to go with Gobert.
It's a fine cheese.
We should have said it's Camembert.
Oh.
Or did you mean American? Not sure which one.
We're getting from the feedback, no echo. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. That Jalen Hurts back in the shotgun, 3rd and 3. As we said, the snap, the handoff to Saquon Barkley. He runs ahead 4, 5, maybe 6 yards. It'll be 1st and 10 on the 25, ensconced into Green Bay territory. As Fingers Malloy is going to try right now to get some power going, because he's like, we really should do this for another 3 hours. We really should make this. This was not the plan, but you got to love it. They are lined up, 2 receivers to the top of the screen, 1 to the bottom. Jalen Hurts in the shotgun, the handoff to Saquon Barkley from the backfield, only getting 2 very hard-fought yards right there. We will be 2nd and 8 coming up right here. Philadelphia desperate to hold, as is being shown there. 2 average rush yards before contact for the offensive line of the Eagles. It's the highest in the NFL, which means they get a lot of penetration into that defensive backfield.
Wow.
Tell me that didn't sound right.
It sounded right.
Jalen Hurts under center, 2nd and 8.
That's an offset eye right there, Tony.
Is that what that's called?
Yeah, it's an offset eye.
I didn't know that. With the snap, Jalen Hurts throws. Oh, the catch made for the 1st down by Philadelphia. That is Smith, number 6, with the catch right there.
Well, at least on that, like, you're getting 10, 12 yards cushion. That's a really easy pitch and catch.
They do. You're absolutely right. Green Bay is definitely laying off right there. Not playing man, giving him a little room. Again, is that Jalen Hurts and the fear that he's just going to run?
Well, no, I think that corner was singled up on him and he wasn't getting any help over the top, so he didn't want to get beat.
1st and 10, Jalen Hurts in the shotgun. Sorry, I didn't let you finish there. The blitz on, and Jalen Hurts gets rid of the ball to save his own life. And he was not wrong. He was not wrong to do that. 35 seconds left in the 1st quarter, 2nd and 10. And Philadelphia, as they say in the business, knocking on the door.
He was trying to throw that ball to Dotson. I haven't seen a Dotson stop that quickly since 1983.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah, there you go.
That was a Dotson reference.
Thank you.
Later, he'll be bringing up the Pontiac Fiero.
We should only hope.
It's going to be a fire joke. From the shotgun, the snap, Jalen Hurts, the pocket collapsing around him, running to his right, scrambling, throws in and outside of the end zone.
Hit a cameraman in the head.
Poor guy. Luckily, his beard saved his life.
Matt
right
Patricia dodges a serious injury there.
Matt Patricia could coach the Chicago Bears.
You know what? You're right. Matt Patricia could coach the Chicago Bears. That's an excellent idea.
Oh, Lions people are just so bitter. So bitter. He tried his best.
His best wasn't nearly good enough.
Jalen Hurts again, the shotgun, 3rd and 10. Saquon Barkley to his left. 3 receivers atop of the screen, 1 below. The quick dump off right there.
Oh, that should be a penalty.
Hitting his own lineman in the back. Yeah, there's a question. I don't know what necessarily the rules are sometimes with the dump off when you're in between the hash marks.
Well, no, it should have been illegal touching. That ball hit an offensive lineman right in the back. Now, I don't know what the rule is as far as Hurts' arm was hit by Cooper, the blitzing linebacker. Now, that should be a penalty. Man, I'm telling you, these refs are all in for the Eagles. Would have been declined anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. 31-yard field goal attempt
from Jake Elliott. Snap, the kick, and that is good. A little bit of wind there, moving it to the right. 31-yard attempt, 19 seconds left in the quarter. The Eagles are up 10-0 over the Green Bay Packers. This is not the start anybody would have wanted, anybody would appreciate. And in Green Bay, they're thinking of selling the team. They're not.
They're not selling the team.
They're not even thinking about it. Not even.
Can I tell you something that I really do appreciate that the NFL and their broadcast partners have started to do that I like? They've ripped off NASCAR to where they keep, during the commercial break, they will have a commercial, but also keep you in the stadium. They'll do a split screen. Like right now we're watching a United commercial, but yet you could still see them panning around the stadium, looking at the bench. That was a nice little feature that the NFL and their broadcast partners started
learning
doing.
from the people of soccer, learning from the people of racing. Of course, IndyCar does that. IndyCar moving to Fox this year. Once again, I will be out there race day doing the pre-race coverage for the Indy 500. It'll be my 9th year doing that. Talk about the opportunity of a lifetime to do pre-race coverage for the Indianapolis 500. Far different than calling the race, which is those guys are unbelievable. Unbelievable how they do that. The kickoff right now, Elliott sending it back, but this thing is going to be run out. It's in the landing zone, picked up at the 8 by Nixon of Green Bay and down at the almost 30-yard line. Right there was Nixon in returning that ball. Green Bay again with an opportunity to try and do something they call in the game scoring.
And look, they've got a bronze statue already of Erin Andrews in her jumpsuit.
Nope, that is Walter Payton for the Man of the Year award from the NFL.
I'm easily confused.
I see that, but it was copper. That's what it looked like. It could have been brass. We'll go with copper right there. 1st and 10 for Green Bay. Jordan Love in the shotgun.
Pistol.
You've got Jacobs behind him. He's Fingers said pistol, and the run going. Getting 3 yards right there, and still moving the pile a little bit, maybe 4 yards when it's all said and done. 35 seconds left. Oh no, there are no seconds left on the clock. That is the end of the first quarter right there. Fingers, I think that's the end of our broadcast day.
Are you exhausted?
No, I think it's gonna run out.
It's staying at 15%. It's hovering at 15%. It's up to you. It's up to you.
I will keep.
We've got
going.
several hundred people watching right now.
So we should. Soon, several thousand, and then after that, billions. Billions upon billions upon billions.
I just want to point out this was your idea.
I just wanted to test the equipment, and it turns out it's working.
Oh, see, Mark Burris said, I'd rather listen to this than watch it on TV.
Bravo. You, sir. Send your address, and that way we'll know where you live, but we won't send you anything. Oh, good gosh. Nah, man. I actually got to get to some other things.
So you're done?
I don't have a choice.
Oh, so you're wrapping this up?
I have to.
Okay, well, wrap
this wasn't even the plan. We were like, let's test the equipment.
If you rewind this an hour and 20 minutes ago, he was like, why can't we do this all the time? We should do this. You know what? We should spend the next 4 hours doing this. And I said, well, Tony, that's quite a commitment. And he was like, commitment come schmittment is what he said.
Yes.
And I said, okay.
No, I'm often a fan of saying
exactly.
I can't even say the word.
And it lasted a quarter. A quarter.
But it was the best quarter you ever had. Yeah, it was. Yeah. All right. So this works. Good.
We got rid of the echo.
Right.
We just got to make sure that our power goes through the board properly and doesn't poop the bed.
Right.
Other than that, I think that this was a stellar test.
Successful test.
Absolutely.
I like it. Thanks. And subscribe there on the YouTube, Tony Katz, and everywhere you are, just make sure you like and you follow. Go Eat, Drink, Smoke on Twittix, Eat, Drink, Smoke podcast on Instagram, Eat, Drink, Smoke on Facebook and YouTube as well. Appreciate it if you join us there. EatDrinkSmokeShow.com as well. And we'll catch you next time.